I've always loved music as long as I can remember. My dad had a huge record collection, and he loved music, and so he would play all types of music in the household. We had an old acoustic guitar in the house that nobody played, and I started banging on that, and eventually, after a few years, convinced my parents to actually pay for some lessons so I could really know what I'm doing with it. I love music. It's always going to be my hobby, but I wanted a career where I could really raise a family and have a stable life for them. I heard quite a bit from my parents, from teachers, that you're going to grow up to be a lawyer. You should be a lawyer one day. And as a kid, sometimes I almost took that as a slight, because maybe I was being argumentative or being kind of a know-it-all, but they were right. One of the things that I had an interest in was a class called torts. And torts, for people who aren't lawyers, is really the law of injuries, personal injuries, injuries to property. I got a call from somebody who said, Daniel Buttafuoco is looking for a lawyer. I had met Dan at my first job during law school, and so I had that impression of knowing what Dan was like on trial, and I was very interested in doing trial work. It really made me stop and think, maybe this is, opportunity is knocking here. So I put it in my resume and I got the job. When I started to work here and I worked with him day in and day out, my first impression was accurate. He is a very brilliant person. He's an excellent trial attorney. He's a great mentor, and he treats his clients and his staff very well. I've developed to the point that the trial really is my favorite part of what I do. Every day it is an adventure. You start out the day and it's like performing. You're on. The jury is looking at you, the judge is looking at you, your client is looking at you, there's other people in the gallery who are looking at you, and they say, okay, you're up. What are you going to show us today? More and more cases seem to be settling. So the art of being a trial lawyer is even becoming a role that less and less lawyers are getting into, and less lawyers are practicing in, but it's something that I love to do. I had a case where the man came to me, and his life has been turned upside down by a terrible car accident he was involved in, which wasn't his fault at all. The attorney in that case had advised him to settle the case for $12,000. We worked on the case after he came to us for another 2.5 years and got him a verdict of $2.7 million. Let me tell you, he was so happy that he made the change, that he did not listen to that other lawyer, and that he came to us. Everyone that we meet at the courthouse knows who Buttafuoco and Associates are, and specifically they know that Dan Buttafuoco and myself can certainly try a case, because we've done it time and time again, and we've succeeded time and time again, and we've gotten phenomenal results. So our reputation is that you might want to pick a fight with us, you might want to try your luck, but the risk is that we have certainly succeeded time and time again.